What did you tell her when you took her to the bank?
I'm gonna object to the relevance.
All right, that objection will be overruled.
Wait,
As you know.
you can answer. What did you tell her?
Why is it like?
I'm gonna object it's hearsay.
All right, you're not allowed to state anything that anyone else told you. Do you understand? All right. You may ask your question.
Okay. What did you tell Miss Boyd that day you took her to the bank at the Walmart?
So we should, she gets a new bank card and change and the number and do not give it to anybody.
Did you give her a ride after she did her business? Did you take her back home?
No, sir.
Okay. And about how long ago was that in relation to the day of her death?
About 6 months.
Okay. And did you ever give a statement to police or law enforcement agency about either your relationship with Miss Boyd or finding what you did to get things started on October the 21st?
No, sir.
I have no further questions, Your Honor. I will pass the witness.
Defense?
Thank you, Judge. So you never, the police never took a statement from you?
No,
They never asked you to come in and tell them all the stuff that you know that apparently is so important?
no,
The picture we saw, the fat guy in there, that's R.C. Curtis, you're saying?
yes,
Okay, and have you been inside of her apartment?
yes,
And there were lots of pictures of RC in that apartment, weren't there?
doors, yes,
Okay. Now, whatever day you took her to the bank, 6 months or something, you saying you didn't go into the bank with her, right?
no, I took her.
So you don't know what happened inside the bank.
No.
And did you know that even after that, RC had permission to use her card and used her card regularly after that?
No,
Now, that day that you went over there, October the 21st, correct?
yes,
You weren't the first HEB person that went to that apartment, right?
right.
And what was the name of the lady that went before you?
It was the deli manager. Her name was Cynthia Borowski.
Cynthia?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if I have the notes, I have some, I know you didn't meet with the detectives, but you've met with the district attorney, either these people or other people multiple times. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. And in the notes, in the interviews with them, you talk about somebody named Cindy. Is that the same person?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now you also talk about somebody named Gloria.
Yes, sir.
Who was Gloria?
She was one of my partners.
Okay. And so my understanding is Gloria also went over there, but she couldn't get in. Do you remember telling the DA that?
Yes,
Okay. So did Gloria go with Cindy, or did Cindy go and then Gloria go and then you go?
no, Cindy went first.
Okay.
Gloria did, and then myself.
And so Cindy went, and did you know, and I know Gloria tried to get in and couldn't get in. Did Cindy also try to get in, or did she just knock?
She said she does not.
Okay. And then Cindy went in and she actually couldn't get in.
Right, correct.
And then how long between when Gloria tried to get in but could not, how much time passed from then to when you went and the door was unlocked?
20 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay. And when you got there, one of the people you saw, according to my understanding, was the maintenance guy.
It was maintenance.
Okay. And he, your understanding is he was the last person to have seen Paulita alive, right?
Yes.
Because he said, your understanding was she had been watering her plants at 8 o'clock that morning.
Yes,
Okay. And what time, do you remember what time it was you actually made it over there to where you found the door unlocked?
I believe it was 3 o'clock.
Okay. So we know that she was watering her plants around 8 a.m. And obviously by the time, when you got there at 3 a.m., something had happened.
Yes,
Okay. In the picture that you looked at, I think it was states 3, you're the individual in the green shirt. Who are the people that you're talking to in that picture?
one of them was Florida,
Okay.
and the other one was another partner named Cynthia.
Named
Cynthia?
Cynthia. So the same people you told us about earlier.
No, Cynthia was, the deli matcher, she was just a regular, coworker.
Okay, is that a different Cynthia?
Different.
Okay, my confusion. I'm sorry. Okay. So when had Gloria left and come back, or did Gloria stay there until you got there?
No, Gloria went and came back.
Okay, and then she went back with you,
No,
but she's in the picture talking to you when you're there.
she arrived after.
Okay. And there's a gentleman standing over to the right. Did you know who that person was in the picture?
Yes,
Who was that person?
my ex-husband.
Okay. And what's his name? I know you told me earlier, but I forgot. Velasquez, I think you said?
That's pretty much lost.
Now, the first officer that came, am I remembering that you and he got there at roughly the same time?
Yes, sir.
And when that officer got there, was it just one officer or more than one officer?
First,
Okay. And did he go in when he got there? Did he wait for someone else
he went in.
by himself?
Well, I went in first and then he did.
Okay, so let's walk through the chain of, and I know, and I realize it was a very traumatic day for you, and I'm not trying, I know it was tough. And I appreciate, so I just want to kind of go through the chain of events. You get there about the same time do you remember the officer's name by any chance?
No, sir.
Were you here when an officer came in and testified right before, a couple of people before you? Did you happen to see that officer today?
I remember the last one, the previous.
Okay. So you're there, you get there with him, who finds out that the door is unlocked?
We both did.
Okay, and how is it that you go in first rather than him? Who makes that decision?
No one. I did.
You just decide you're going in. So you go in, and do you make it far enough in so you can see that something's happened?
Not far enough, but I could see.
Okay, how far in do you get?
Like,
You walk into the living, are you able to see into the bedroom?
yes, sir.
And are you unfortunately able to see that Paula's on the floor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At that point, do you walk back out and get the officer?
The officer, grabbed my arm and took me outside.
Okay. And once that's happened, do you stay outside and does that same officer go back in by himself?
Yes, sir.
And how long do you think that officer is in there by himself?
Not that long,
Well, like,
about 10 minutes.
okay. And is there a point when another officer finally shows up?
Yes,
And do you remember if the second officer shows up, is he the guy that ends up taking pictures?
no.
No? Okay.
No,
Okay. So you go in, you see Paula, the officer grabs your arm, takes you out,
yes, sir.
and then that officer goes in and he's in there by himself for like 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And then finally another officer comes in. Does that officer go in with the first does the first guy come out, or does the other guy go in and join him?
He goes in there and joins.
Okay. And I'm imagining, because this is a very traumatic day for you, your memory of this day is pretty darn good, isn't it?
I mean, I tried.
Yeah, you mean, you haven't experienced anything like this in your unfortunately for you, you've never experienced anything like this before.
Yes.
Um, that's all I have, Judge.
All right, state.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused?
Yes, Judge.
All right, just leave the microphone behind, please. State, call your next witness.
Your Honor, state calls Dr. William McLean.
I'm sorry, who?
Dr. William McLean.
Okay. All right, if you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. If you'll pick up the silver microphone that's there and place it somewhere on your jacket or tie, it's for the court reporter to hear. Make sure you keep your voice up, and if you'll state your name and spell your last name for the jury, please.
Sure, I'm William McLean, and that's McClain.
Daryl, is your microphone the bench? That one. Thank you. All right, state, you may proceed.
Okay, sir, and so what do you do for a living?
I am a forensic pathologist and a medical examiner.
Okay, and how long have you been both a forensic pathologist and a medical examiner?
For about 13 years.
And if you could please, could you elaborate your education and training that led to your becoming pathologist and a medical examiner?
Sure, I graduated from the University of Texas in Arlington with a Bachelor of Science in Biology. Then I obtained my medical degree from the University of Texas Health Science Center in Houston. And then I completed a combined anatomic and clinical pathology residency at the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio. And then a one-year fellowship in forensic pathology at the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office, which is obviously here in San Antonio as well. I'm board certified in anatomic pathology, clinical pathology, and forensic pathology.
Okay. And your practice, since you got all those the degrees and the board certifications, is there even specialized training once you get your medical licenses for the board certifications?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what exactly does a medical examiner do?
No, I do autopsies on people when they die suddenly and unexpectedly within the geographic jurisdiction where I'm working. Bexar County is an example of a medical examiner's district. So when people die an unattended death, meaning that there's not a physician who knows what happened, what kind of natural disease might have killed the person, or if the death is obviously a non-natural death, then the task of determining the cause of death and signing the death certificate with the proper cause and manner of death falls to the medical examiner.
And where have you practiced as a medical examiner before?
I worked for 3 years in Dallas at the Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office. Then just about 5 years, a little more than 5 years here in Bexar County as a medical examiner's office. And now I've worked in Nashville and Beaumont, Texas for almost 5 years.
And just so I guess I'm try to be accurate, and you are an assistant medical examiner.
A senior assistant medical examiner, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. where were you working in the summer and fall of 2015?
At the Bear County Medical Examiner's Office.
Okay. And is when a body is retrieved, somebody, law enforcement comes across someone, a crime occurs, what's the process of getting that body from the field back to the medical examiner's office where you do your analysis?
The first step is that death is reported to the medical examiner's office. So an unattended death, someone stumbles upon a deceased body in a home, outside, wherever. Police are notified, and then they respond to the scene. Maybe EMS personnel respond, they declare the person deceased. Then usually a law enforcement agent will contact our office and say, we have someone we believe falls under your jurisdiction. Here's the quick synopsis of what led to this person being discovered deceased. Then our in-house investigator, the medical legal death investigator, who works for the Bear County Medical Examiner's Office, decides whether that is or is not our case and whether we will or will not accept jurisdiction of that decedent and the investigation into the cause of that person's death. If it's determined that it is indeed our case, then a medical legal death investigator from our office will go to the scene, camera in hand, and notepad and pen, and we'll take notes and conduct interviews of the law enforcement agents, witness, whomever may be there. They will document photographically the scene and the condition of the body. And then we contract with body transport people, companies that specialize in transporting bodies. They put the body in a body transport pouch or a body bag, and it's transferred to the Bear County Medical Examiner's Office and placed in what we call the incoming cooler, the big room-sized refrigerated room where the bodies are kept on tables from the time they come in until the next business morning when we begin our examinations at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then with that is when we start our exam, but in the interim, once the case has been accepted and the investigator is back in the office, he or she will then type up what we call an investigator's report. And that's available to me in the morning when I start my examination. I've already read through the investigator's report that my in-house investigator provided.
Okay. And so that entire process, notification, deployment of a representative from your office, the collection of the body, storage, examination, then report. Is that process followed all the time?
It is, yes. We have a well-established standard and routine.
Okay. How do you document the findings and observations that you make during the examination?
During the examination, I have clipboards with different diagrams of body parts, body regions, or the whole body, what have you, whatever I need. So I make notes during the autopsy, and upon immediately after the completion of the autopsy, with the dry erase board where I've kept notes throughout, transfer that to my paperwork back to my office. I dictate it into a Microsoft Word document. Then that I read through that, I edit that, and I have it ready once all of my studies, all of my tests, everything, all of the information I need, any medical records, police reports. Once I have everything I need, can take several weeks sometimes, then I go and finalize the report, making whatever additions I need to it on the way. And once it's finalized, print it up, and I sign it, and then it's made available to whoever needs that.
Okay. And do you capture everything you described? You capture it in a report of some type?
I do, yes, sir.
Would looking at and did you follow that? Did you perform an autopsy on Thursday, October the 22nd of 2015?
I think I did.
would looking at a copy of your report from that procedure help to refresh your recollection and support your testimony here today?
Yes, sir.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes.
Doctor, I'm showing you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 53C or 53 Charlie. Should take a look at State's 53 Charlie.
Okay,
And what is 53? Is that a copy of your report?
it's a copy of the autopsy report that I generated, as well as the investigative report that was provided by our in-house investigator.
Okay. And along with the examination you perform, do you, and the written report, do you also document that procedure any other way?
I did.
How?
When necessary, and specifically for this autopsy, I took photographs.
Okay. You took them yourself?
I did, yes, sir.
Who was your investigator that went out and retrieved this body in the process you described?
These are the- Yeah, Jerry Leva.
Okay.
Jerry Leva made the scene along with one of the new investigators, Vashon, who was tagging along with Jerry Leva.
All right, so you had two representatives of the medical examiner's office there that day.
Yes.
And is it are you aware, is it also common practice that the investigators take pictures out in the field as well?
Yes, sir.
Are those pictures that your investigators take in the field, are they also considered as a part of your autopsy?
They are.
So we will move between some photographs and taken and your report, etc. Looking at the first page of your report, how do you document this particular? Well, first off, who was this autopsy performed on?
Paula Mendez Boyd.
Okay. And at the time of your examination, what date and time did you conduct it?
October 22nd, 2015, and I began at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And do you, for the case itself of performing an individual autopsy, does that have a designated case number?
It does.
And what case is that?
This autopsy was case number 2015-2243.
Okay. And what is the demographic information for Ms. Paula Mendez Boyd?
She was a 75-year-old white woman.
What did you determine just on the size, weight, and what were the general observations made?
Sure, she was 151 pounds, and she measured 63 inches as she lay there on the table. The body came to our office nude. She had no jewelry or anything else there on her body at the time of the exam. She did have rigor mortis, but it was easily broken, easy to break the rigor, and she had fixed posterior lividity, meaning that it was on the back. A black and gray scalp hair that was about 5 inches long at the most. The eyes were brown. Everything seemed normally formed. Ears, nose, lips. Teeth were in good condition. That sort of thing.
Okay, now you used some terms. You said rigor mortis is present in the extremities but easily broken. What does that mean?
Rigor mortis or rigidity is the stiffening of the muscles. Maybe you've heard of through movies and such, but when a person passes away, the chemicals that are in the muscles that help them contract and move, they will still be present for some time before they naturally decay and go away. So immediately upon death, the muscles start to stiffen up. They can no longer exchange the proper molecules to release and to contract. And so they will stay in the position they're in at the time of death if the body is not moved. And so with time, this rigidity becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's more and more difficult to move the body. But then after a certain amount of time, after a peak, and that process, natural decay continues, then it becomes easy